Hello, fellow classmates. This is Jessica Wirt. Um, I'm in Alaska Weather and Climate ATM 101. This is my Unit 8 screencast. My weather station is the fourth floor weather station. All my readings are done out on my balcony. It's been a little bit since we've done a screencast, so here's a refresher on my general location. Right here's the movie theater. This is Airport Way. This is generally where my weather station is. This is the old apartments, but it's pretty good. Here's the library. And then I felt it important to zoom out a little bit. Again, this is a picture from my first screencast, but I just wanted to remind everyone that the Chino River is about a mile away, and there's many bodies of water that do have an effect on my readings. It seems like we get a little bit more wind, just really locally to my weather station. Here's the raw 24-hour data that I gathered for my 5 days. This starts from Tuesday and goes to Saturday because I will somehow did not see this part of the assignment till later on, so I was not able to grab Mondays. That was my bad. I was focusing on the maps and I somehow just did not see this part. And again, here's my NWS data. I'm not sure what this security warning means. I haven't seen that before. Says data connections have been disabled, enable content. I'm just gonna let that one go. I don't know what that is. So here's my weather observations. I started on Monday the 5th and ended on Friday the 9th, 2012. All of my readings were done around 9 o'clock, give or take 10 minutes. Again, it would be nice to do the readings during the day, but that's just not going to be possible with my schedule. So I try to look at the cloud cover during the day, and then I try as much as possible, according to how many stars I can see, and looking at the moon to see if that's really visible. And sometimes there's reflections if there is clouds. The sun, not sun, yeah, the lights reflect off the clouds sometimes to tell on the cloud cover. So you can see that on Monday that my readings were fairly similar for my right and left, and that's been pretty consistent the whole semester so far. So I'm really happy for that because my husband's have really been dramatic between his right and left readings. So on Monday, I'll just read the left ones off because they're very similar. Sometimes they're exactly the same. So on Monday it was 11.7, on Tuesday 19.5, Wednesday 20.3, Thursday 15.6, and Friday 1.2. The temperature dipped down. And then for my pressures, it's 1014, 1016, 1017, 1015, and 1011. Then for my maxes, there was 9, 21.8, 29.2, 28, and 28. And then for my min, it was 12.4, 11.3, 19.3, 3.1, and 1, or point 0.1, I should say. So the average temperatures for Monday, it was 10.7. For Tuesday, it was 16 point, oh, that's 5.5. What was there? Oh, no, it's okay. And then 24.25, 15.55, and 14.05. So the temperatures were pretty consistent. Now, if we would have been doing the temperatures into this weekend, it's really dipped down, but I started my readings earlier on in the week. And the loss of this 1 hour has really thrown me, so I'm doing this kind of last minute. this is the air temperature graph for this week. And barometric pressure. Humidity, which has pretty been bouncing around, but I think that, well, I know it has to do with the storm front that's come through. And that's what should be clicked on. And here's the raw 24-hour information that I pulled before I put it into Excel. Excel was getting a bit of problems this week. The dates and the things that want to change, it had it all the way back for October, but I did the best I could. Okay, so Screen-O-Matic does not want to refit for some reason, so I'm going to just have to move this around as I'm reading it up. Excuse me. So this was my last observation date, 3/9/2012. Time was 8:50, like I said, approximately. I tried to do it around 9 o'clock p.m. It was in Alaska. It was me, Jessica Werder, at 1201 Kellam Street, Fairbanks, Alaska, 99701. My readings were, for the current, it was 1.2 Fahrenheit and negative 16.6 Celsius, and 1.0 Fahrenheit and negative 16.7 Celsius. My max was 28.0 Fahrenheit, negative 2.2 Celsius. And then for my right, it was 29.5 Fahrenheit, negative 1.4 Celsius. My minimum was 0.1 Fahrenheit and negative 17.7 Celsius. And the right was 0.1 Fahrenheit and negative 17.7 Celsius. I couldn't get this to move over nicely in the middle. It was fighting me, and then for some of my other observations in here, for my other data sheets, it kept erasing this part, and sometimes the PM, it just did not want to save those parts. So for my barometric pressure, I had 1,010 millibars, 76.1 centimeters. On the Buford scale for that day, it was a 2. I blew out, and there was also some steam coming off another house. Well, not steam, smoke from their wood stove. Both blew in the same direction, and my compass direction was at 130. It was in between north and east, I think, if I can remember right. I couldn't type that in there. There was enough room. Sky cover, full sky cover, and that currently no precipitation. I noticed a lot in the evenings that when I took my readings that there was no precipitation. It seemed like the precipitation came more during the day with this front than in the evenings. These are my readings for the rest of the week for my max and mins. For the first day, it was 9 Fahrenheit, and then 12.4, 10.2 Fahrenheit, and 13.3. Second day, it was 21.8, 11.3, 33.3, and 13.3. The third day was 29.3, 19.3, 31, 19.7. Day 4, it was 28, 3.1, 29.5, and 3.5. And then for my last day, which was 3/9/2012, my max was 28, my min was 1, and then my max was 29, and my min was 1. So like I said, some of them they're exactly the same on both sides. This is one of the maps, the black and white, from my first day of readings. You can see the high coming in and the low pushing out here. And the high, so it's kind of squeezing it in between, and it's funneling out. And here's the colored TV map. You can see the low rolling in, and that's the one that was bringing all the snow for this week. We don't have cable, so we don't watch the weather channel per se. All of our information on temperature and what to expect for the day, we get off the internet. This is in black and white for Tuesday, and you can see high pressure system here. It's pretty much a mishmash of things. There's low coming in here, high here, low throughout, and then high above. So it's really causing some mayhem that day. Let me bring this one in while I'm still recording. I usually pause, but we'll do it this way this time. And again, there's a low and a high here and a low here. So all this is just making for some nice snow weather and some a little bit warmer temperatures. Now for Wednesday, you can see a low pressure system here and a high throughout, then low, a little high, and a little high. So the low kind of has like a little pattern, and then there's high intermittently. So it seems like they're all just kind of working against each other on Wednesday. And we'll close this one out and drag this one in like I did before. There's a low pressure system coming in over the ocean and a low throughout, and this is in Fairbanks area here. A low here and then the highs are here. So it kind of leveled out Wednesday evening. If I remember right, there wasn't any snow, and it kind of, we were waiting for the second wave to come in of snow. Now for Thursday, it wasn't as, the black and white map wasn't as mixed match as the past couple of days. There's two low pressure systems and the high pressure systems here. So it seemed like the weather was starting to dampen down and level off a bit. But that wasn't so because we had another burst of snow. I'm not sure if it started, I think it started early Friday morning. We've gotten so much snow this week, I can't keep track of it all. And then here's the TV map. The lows coming in. There's a low here and high. There's a little system here. And then for Friday, there's your low system, and a high coming in here, and the rest is low. And right in here where I'm located, there's a low system. Friday we did get some snow too, and I actually saw about a couple hours ago, it looked like we were getting a couple more flakes outside. Now with this next map, I accidentally saved it as a thumbnail, so it is blurry and I will try to zoom it in, but please excuse, I don't know how I did that, but you can see there's low system here and here and here. I don't see any high systems working their way in, but this is for Friday. So that's it for data to report. Now, more on a personal note, I have not been able to nail my barometer up because we have siding on our apartment. Now I have tried to create like a little bit of a shelter for my thermometer so it doesn't get completely beaten by the elements, but it was pretty comical.